Did you know that the gods of the Old Testament were real? And the Bible actually tells us so. The thing is about these gods is that they weren't divine in nature. And even though they're called gods, the Bible identifies them as what they really were, which is demons. For example, in Psalms 106:34-37, it says, "They did not destroy the peoples as the Lord had commanded them, but they got involved with the nations and learned their practices and served their idols, which became a snare to them. They even sacrificed their sons and their daughters to the demons." In Leviticus 17:7, God tells the Israelites to no longer make sacrifices to goat demons. So some, if not all, the idols that we see within the Old Testament weren't just figures of wood or stone, but they were also real-life demons. And Paul gives a similar sentiment in the New Testament, 1 Corinthians 10:20, where he says, "No, but I say that these things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to demons and not to God, and I do not want you to become partners with demons." So sometimes as you read the scriptures, when you see people worshiping idols and offering sacrifices to them, they're actually offering sacrifices to and worshiping demons. And that's why I say the gods of the Old Testament are real, in the sense that these idols that they're worshiping are not simply just inanimate objects, but there's beings behind them. Now these beings are not of divine nature because there's only one divine being the Lord our God. But they are supernatural beings that do exist that people worship and sacrifice to, even to this day really. And it makes you also think that perhaps some of the mythologies that we hear about, perhaps there's a little bit more credibility there than we would think. But in a similar fashion, not that there's other divine beings, but rather these are demons disguising themselves as gods, quote unquote. But I hope that this gave you some food for thought and that you learned something new. If you want more content like this, just go and drop a sub or a follow. And if you want to hear more teachings from me that are outside of short form content, I recommend that you join our Bible classes every single Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Google Meets.